guys, this is Lord Chael speaking on behalf of our show sponsor, Established Titles. Established Titles is a project based on a Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lords and ladies. They allow you to buy as little as 1 square foot of dedicated land so you can officially call yourself a lord or a lady. Established Titles is not just about your ego. You also get to do some good. In addition to your new fancy title, Established Titles supports global charities like One Tree Planet and Trees for the Future to help with the afforestation effort. Your title pack gets you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land in a private estate in Scotland. Your certificate features a unique plot number where you can see the exact location of your land. And right now, Established Titles is holding 200 plots of land right next to mine. So come join me in the Bad Guy Inc. Kingdom. Getting this certificate even allows you to officially change your name to Lord or Lady. Put it on your credit card, put it on your plane tickets, or if you're so inclined, put it on your dating profile. Makes for a great last-minute gift, and there's even couples packs that come with adjoining plots of land. Established Titles is having a great limited-time sale. Go to establishedtitles.com/Chael to save 10% off today. Remember to use the promo code Chael, or just click on the link below. Are you guys going to love Islam as champion? I mean, I really want to know that because this wasn't the guy that you wanted to put in there. No matter how many people he had beat, no matter how many years he had gone unbeaten, and did fall down one time to what we're calling a catch against an opponent who apparently is not within the organization anymore, we still didn't want him in that spot. As a matter of fact, when Charles Oliveira raised a stink about that, and said, I don't think that he should be the number 1 contender, talking about Islam, said, I don't think that he's beaten the right guys to belong in this spot. We remained quiet. We didn't speak up for Islam. We saw it too. We knew competitively this was a very good match, and we even knew it was probably the right match. But it didn't have the star power. We didn't know much about Islam. We don't know what makes him tick. We don't know where the relationship to Khabib came from. I still don't. I don't know if that's a cousin. I don't know if that's a family member. I don't know if that was just a kid in town that found his way to the gym. I still don't know. But because of those things, really hard to get on a bandwagon, right? Now, make sure I explain something to you, because this sport is full of the fakest tough guys I have ever seen. I truly have not seen a sport with such fake tough guys as this one. Rarely, minority, not majority, you will get a guy who will fight anybody. A true professional that is also a competitor. Professional meaning he's within striking distance of weight every single day of his life. Professional meaning he's in shape every single day of his life. Professional meaning he is prepared and in compliance with every commission in the world should he need to fill out some paperwork. But then you get that guy that's a true competitor too, right? And you're going to know the tough guys from the fake tough guys, and you're going to know the competitors from the guys that are doing this for a living. Which is simply, can I get a commitment from you to fight on a certain date without telling you who the opponent is? That is the ultimate litmus test. And you guys are probably going, well, no, that's ridiculous. Oh, okay, fine. I won't turn on you. I understand it's the minority. I'm also telling you this is the test for who's a true tough guy. If a guy gets a call and they say, can you fight on December 10th? And the guy can give his response right then. Yes or no. My shoulder hurts. Yes, of course I can. Right then, he can give his answer without asking against who. Now you have a tough guy. Those tough guys that are few and far between, as soon as they get a little bit of rub, soon as they get shined up just a little and they got some money in their pocket, all of a sudden go back to the other side of it, which is I need to make sure the date lines up. I need to know where that venue is. I must know where the venue is. I have to know the opponent. Is it 3 rounds or 5 rounds? I mean, you're going to get all of these different questions. And that's fine, but you now have a professional as opposed to a competitor. When you have somebody like I'm describing, he is worth his weight in gold. To have a guy that you can count on, that is a marquee guy who the audience will know, who you could insert against anybody and their people are going to be interested, is worth his weight in gold, but we don't have those, not as champions, ever. We don't ever have those. Not as champion. Not as soon as he gets some money, boy, he's out of here. He's fighting twice a year instead of 3 times a year. He's got a nagging injury he needs to go and work on. Whatever it is, it's just the way that it goes. It's a piece of the psychology. I don't fault anybody. I'm bringing it to your attention because for the first time ever, we have champions. Oh, by the way, 2 of them. Oh, by the way, at the same time. Volkanovski and Islam. The only thing Khabib said to Dana White after this fight, as it pertained to his client Islam, is we want to be active. It's the only thing he's asking for. Not for more money, not for a negotiation, not for, hey, what about this participation clause in the pay-per-view that you usually give to champions? Nothing, he just said we want to be active. Now, we know that Volkanovski fits that bill. Volkanovski never should have fought Max for a 3rd time. Okay, let me stop you right there. Volkanovski not only fought him, he fought him on short notice. Volkanovski, the champion, risked absolutely everything against his absolute greatest rival. And he did it on short notice. Oh, by the way, somewhere he has a hand surgery, changed his weight class, and was prepared to fight 2 nights ago. In a different weight, in a different continent, against one of 2 men. Okay, Volkanovski's for sure done it. So now we have 2 legit tough guys that are worth their weight in gold, and we're going to put them together. That's rare. And that's going to come with some byproducts that you're not going to like. By example, you've got your 2 guys that you can always count on. You're going to eliminate one of them. You have 2 guys that between them have beaten the last 32 men that they have faced. That won't be true anymore for one. The stakes are high. Islam is going to put up a world championship that he just won. But Volkanovski is going to put up a number 1 pound for pound ranking. That's interesting to me. Islam, who doesn't need to pick a fight. Islam's needed to pick a fight 1 time in his life, and that was with Charles, just to get opposite, just to get the opportunity. He does not need to pick a fight now. The fights are going to come to him. The positions and the posters and the marquee spots are now his. Chose, for his first time ever, to heckle an opponent when he called Volkanovski short. When he said, where is that short guy? Oh, is he here? I can't see him. I mean, I get that that's simple. That's low-hanging fruit. That is comedy fire by Islam's standard. So now you get a face-off. It looks as though we're going to do this thing. I mean, they're talking about Australia, guys. If I got a calendar out, if I did 1 level of research, I could tell you when we're going to Australia. I don't have that. But if I did, I think that fight's coming right up. I want to say they're over. I want to say they're there by February. That's pretty damn quick turnaround. It might even be January. So I'm only sharing for you. There is going to be a byproduct. That's the fight to make. And it's very hard because there's no scenario, there's no time frame in the history of this sport that goes back to 1993 in any organization, and boy, there's some powerful ones out there, even the ones that have come and gone, where you could beat 8 men in a row, some in featured positions, and not be named the number 1 contender. Benny Dariush is who I'm referring to. There's just not a scenario, but we're not even talking about Benny for that spot because we can't. Nobody's beaten 8 guys in a row. Nobody deserves it more than Benny. All of those statements are true. But nobody's a sitting, reigning champion of the world with an undefeated record and a number 1 status, except Volkanovski, right? I mean, it's one of those strange times. So as much as that fight's going to happen, and as much as that fight needs to happen, which by the way, guys, is a way harder fight than you think. I have seen the odds that are favoring Islam. I have seen all of those things, but I have never met somebody that's going to tell me how Islam does it. Islam's going to destroy Volkanovski. I got it and I heard it. Volkanovski's not big enough. I got it and I heard it. 145 and 155, just for the record, that's the same thing. If you don't see it that way, if you're scared of somebody because they're 10 pounds on you, I mean, we're not the same kind of person. But how's he going to do it? He's going to outstrike Volkanovski? Nobody's been even close. He's going to throw Volk down and keep him there? Chad Mendes wouldn't co-sign that statement. I mean, just for an example, He's going to hold him down. Max Holloway wouldn't co-sign that statement. Just for an example, is Islam better than all of that? Should Islam be the number one in the world? Well, according to Volkanovski, he's going to be given his opportunity.